10 tourist destinations in Austria. Austria is a German-speaking country in Central Europe, characterized by mountain villages, baroque architecture, imperial history and rugged alpine terrain. Vienna, its Danube River capital, is home to the Schönbrunn and Hofburg palaces. It has counted Mozart, Strauss, and Freud among its residents. The country's other notable regions include the northern Bohemian Forest, Traunsee Lake and eastern hillside vineyards. An overview of tourist destinations that you can choose during your vacation in Austria. Bregenz. What a view! Oh yes, the locals proudly agree. Bregenz does indeed have the loveliest of views. Before you the Bodensee, Europe's third largest lake, spreads out like a liquid mirror. Behind you the Fander, 1,064 meters, climbs to the Alps. To the right you see Germany, to the left the faint outline of Switzerland. Just wow! Whether contemplating avant-garde art and architecture by the new harbor, sauntering along the promenade on a summer's evening or watching opera under the stars at the much-lauded Festspiel festival, you can't help but think, cliché though it sounds, that Vorarlberg's pocket-sized capital has got at least a taste of it all. Hallstatt. With pastel-colored houses that cast shimmering reflections onto the glassy waters of the lake, and with towering mountains on all sides, Hallstatt's beauty alone would be enough to guarantee it fame. Boats chug tranquilly across the lake from the train station to the village, situated precariously on a narrow stretch of land between mountain and shore. So small is the patch of land occupied by the village that its annual Corpus Christi procession takes place largely in small boats on the lake. The sheer volume of visitors here can be nerve-wracking, especially in summer, with a sea of cars, buses and tour groups descending. The center of Hallstatt is at Hallstattmarkt, and Hallstattlawn is on the edge of town near the funicular to the Salzburgwerk. The train station is across the lake from Hallstatt. To get into town you have to take the ferry. Innsbruck. Famous for hosting the Winter Olympics twice, in 1964 and 1976, the city of Innsbruck is widely considered to be one of the best winter sports destinations in the world. Visitors not so keen on skiing or snowboarding, or those visiting during the summer months can find plenty to do in the historic city as well, including exploring the Innsbruck Cathedral, the bell-making museum, or a number of local restaurants. Tyrol's capital is a sight to behold. The jagged rock spires of the Nordkette Range are so close that within minutes it's possible to travel from the city's heart to over 2,000 meters above sea level and alpine pastures where cowbells chime. Summer and winter activities abound, and it's understandable why some visitors only take a peek at Innsbruck proper before heading for the hills. But to do so is a shame, for Innsbruck is in many ways Austria in microcosm. Its late medieval Altstadt is picture book stuff, presided over by a grand Habsburg palace and baroque cathedral, while its Olympic ski jump with big mountain views make a spectacular leap between the urban and the outdoors. Kitzbühel. Ask an Austrian to rattle off the top ski resorts in the country, and Kitzbühel will invariably make the grade. Ever since Franz Reich slipped on skis and whizzed down the slopes of Kitzbüheler Horn way back in 1893, so christening the first alpine ski run in Austria, Kitzbühel has carved out its reputation as one of Europe's foremost ski resorts. Legends have been made and born on these pistes, not least three-time Olympic medalist Tony Saylor. Kitzbühel began life in the 16th century as a silver and copper mining town, and today continues to preserve a charming medieval center despite its other persona as a fashionable, and prosperous winter resort. It's renowned for the white-knuckled Rennen downhill ski race in January and the excellence of its slopes. Klagenfurt. Klagenfurt may not be up there with Vienna Graz in terms of urban lifestyle, but it's an enjoyable, vibrant and sunny city with a compact Innenstadt, and offers easy access to lakeside villages on and around the beautiful Wörthersee. At the city's western limit is the wide green space of Europa Park, along with Austria's largest bathing complex. It's a surprisingly lively place, both as a playground for partiers down at the Lido in summer and as their university town the rest of the year. Its emblem is the lindworm, a winged dragon, of which there is a fountain on the main square, Neuer Platz. Nearby, frescoes and reliefs adorn the opulent 1500s cathedral. Baroque and Renaissance buildings line the narrow streets around Alterplatz, with its yellow 17th-century old town hall. Melk. With its blockbuster Abbey fortress set high above the valley, Melk is a high point of any visit to the Danube Valley. Separated from the river by a stretch of woodland, this pretty town makes for an easy and rewarding day trip from Krems or even Vienna. Combine a visit with nearby Renaissance-era Schloss Schalleberg, 6 kilometers south of town, and you have yourself a day packed with architectural interest. Melk is one of the most popular destinations in Austria, so you certainly won't be alone on its cobbled streets. It's also one of the few places in the Wachau that has a pulse in winter, making it a year-round option. Salzburg. Situated near Germany's southern border with Austria, the city of Salzburg, like its capital counterpart, is famous for its long-standing musical traditions, including being the birthplace of Mozart Wolfgang. Beyond the many examples of historic architecture and artistic attractions found in the city, Salzburg is surrounded by the breathtakingly epic Alps mountain range, affording visitors and residents alike the ability to explore the experiential contrast of rich history and stunning natural beauty simultaneously. Beyond Salzburg's two biggest money spinners, Mozart and the Sound of Music, hides a city with a burgeoning art scene, wonderful food, manicured parks, quiet side streets where classical music wafts from open windows, and concert halls that uphold musical tradition 365 days a year. Everywhere you go, the scenery, the skyline, the music and the history send your spirit soaring higher than Julie Andrews' octave-leaping vocals. Salzkammergut, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, is an Austrian resort area surrounded by serene blue lakes, verdant hills, and snow-peaked mountain ranges that for over a century has served as one of the country's prime tourist destinations. Outdoor recreational activities are prominent in the area, including mountaineering, horseback riding, swimming, and cycling. The Salzkammergut region is also famous for the many luxury spas and hotel resorts inhabiting the area, making it an idyllic destination for groups of travelers looking for both relaxation and adventure. Vienna. Baroque streetscapes and imperial palaces set the stage for Vienna's artistic and musical masterpieces alongside its coffeehouse culture and vibrant Epicurean and design scenes. Known for the many diverse architectural styles peppered throughout the city, travelers can expect to find numerous well-preserved examples of Romanesque, Baroque, Classicist, and Art Nouveau-styled structures. Vienna is also celebrated for its rich performance art tradition, hosting over 200 balls a year, and a variety of classical music concerts honoring the many famous composers who once called Vienna home, including Beethoven, Mozart, Brahms, and countless others. Zelvensee. For travelers who are looking for the ultimate in natural scenery and wilderness adventures, the town of Zelvensee is a must-visit destination in Austria. Surrounded by majestic alpine mountains, world-class ski slopes, and tranquil blue lakes, Zelvensee hosts numerous outdoor recreation events throughout the year, including a number of ski and snowboard competitions. Zelvensee is an instant heart-stealer with its bluer-than-blue lake, Zellersee, pocket-sized center studded with brightly painted chalets, and the snow-capped peaks of the Hautauern that lift your gaze to postcard heaven. You can dive into the lake and cycle its leafy shores, hike and ski in the mountains and drive high on the Großglockner Road. Every year, more than 1 million visitors from all around the world, from families to playboys and souped-up Mustangs, do just that, in search of the Austrian dream.